If you're watching this video, it's because you weren't just attached to them, you actually genuinely love them. And then they completely flipped on you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the problem, it's Lee. I'm here to help you with your no bullshit, no fluff manifestation problem. Was that better? I don't know. Still trying to figure out this intro thing. You guys get 2 videos in one day from me? Holy shit. All right, let's dive into it. So the last 2 videos, we've been talking about the difference between obsession and lust. We don't need to break it down again for a third time. What happens when you actually genuinely love the person and maybe they even genuinely loved you too, and then at some point the relationship just fell apart? Everybody's pretty much telling you you're obsessed, but you're like, no, I actually genuinely love them. Let's talk about it. Here's the thing. The manifestation community gives manifesting SPs such a bad rep. I feel like a lot of people are like, I need to focus on you, which, yes, is exactly what I'm going to tell you in this video. Sorry, spoiler alert. I think that we need to dive into there's a difference between when you genuinely care for someone and you're searching for closure versus when you're just obsessed with the idea of someone. When you have an actual relationship with somebody and that relationship falls apart, what's happening is your mind is looking for that safety net. They're mourning the person that they were when they were with you. So you're not just looking for that SP as someone who could potentially be the love of your life. You're actually grieving the person who was the love of your life. No matter what happened, whether they cheated on you, whether the relationship just grew apart, whether you actually have a reason for them leaving, your brain is going back to, hey, that was my safety net. That was my person. That was my lobster. And you're just like, what do I do now? You can't let it go. Your friends are all telling you, move on, focus on yourself, do your glow up, get your revenge bod. Ooh, yeah. But then you're like, I can't stop thinking about them. I can't stop stalking their Facebook. I've been stalking his new girlfriend's Facebook, and you know it's not healthy. You want to let go, but your brain is just like, that's our person. We want that person. And you're like, logically, it's time to move the fuck on. But your brain's like, not yet. What do we do? So first off, I want to tell you something that probably none of your friends have told you. You are not broken for loving somebody deeply. You are not tarnished for feeling as deeply as you do and for wanting those feelings back. You are grieving something that was real to you. Whether it was real to them or not, you are grieving. There is a difference between what we have talked about in the last 2 videos versus what we are talking about here today. And it's tough when you picture yourself being with somebody forever and then all of a sudden forever gets ripped away from you. It's very hard to let that go. And sometimes, unfortunately, we don't get the chance for closure. I had separated from my kid's father, and I didn't get closure from him either because he moved on to a different relationship immediately after we separated. And then he passed away. I'm seeing a trend here. Don't worry. My husband knows all about this and he's got life insurance, so we're good. Where was I? So when your brain is looking for closure, it's looking for that safety net. Fight or flight response again. Everything is going to go back to primal instincts here. Everything that we talk about, because your primal brain, it's all going to go back to that because that's how we think in the subconscious. Unfortunately, it's like that's how your subconscious operates. You're not wrong for feeling like this. You're not obsessed. You're not, delusional for feeling these things, but you have to also understand when it's getting to a point where you have to be the one to make the decision to move on. So if you're at that point now where you're ready to move on and you want to know what you can do from psychological or a spiritual point of view to get closure for yourself and to move on, then you've come to the right place and this video is for you. Another thing is that just because a relationship ends does not mean that love ends. Just because maybe they stopped loving you does not mean that you're necessarily going to stop loving them. And that's why your brain is still searching for this connection, because your brain doesn't recognize what's going on outside of it. It only recognizes what you are telling it, and what your heart is telling it is that, hey, I still love that person. So your brain is like, okay, well, where are they? Why aren't they here? If we still love them, why aren't they with us? Why isn't this relationship continuing? And that causes stress on your brain and your heart, which can be detrimental in the long run for your health. Let's get down to it. The biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to find closure, especially when it comes to an ex, if you are trying to manifest disconnect from an SP. It's not going to be as easy for you to detach from that person, especially if there are still very strong feelings of love involved. When you're obsessed with a person, it's a little bit easier for you to just occupy your mind with other things like we talked about in the last video to distract your mind from that obsession, because basically you're trying to fill that gap with the dopamine targets in your mind. With love, your brain is searching because it's grieving. A broken heart is a very real physiological thing. So when we have a breakup, especially where we loved someone so deeply, so here is where the idea of self-concept comes into play. So when you're with that person, I want you to think about what you felt when you were with your person. Did they make you feel safe? Did they make you feel loved? Did they make you feel chosen, prioritized, wanted? Did they make you feel sexy? Did they make you feel validated? What did they give to you that your brain is currently searching for? And once you figure out those things, and you need to get really real with yourself on this part, like you need to get like so deep inside of you, like keep asking yourself, why did I love this person? I love them because they always brought me flowers. I love them because they always brought me out to eat to my favorite restaurant. I love them because they always bought me my favorite jewelry. I love them because they made me laugh. Well, you know what? You can buy yourself flowers. You can buy yourself jewelry. You can watch YouTube videos that make you laugh. You need to really get down to the nitty-gritty of what the concrete foundation is that they were giving you. Were they giving you stability? Were they giving you financial security? Were they giving you validation? These are all, think of, if you know psychology, the hierarchy of need. You've got food, water, shelter, and then it goes up from there, like smaller things that we need to survive. But that's basically the foundation. We need food, water, shelter. What were they giving you that's at the foundation of your hierarchy of needs? You have to figure that out. Once you figure out, because I can't tell you. I can't tell you what they were giving you because I don't know you and I don't know your circumstances. For example, when I was with my kid's dad, what was he giving me? He was giving me a sense of validation. He was giving me a sense of I was loved, I was chosen. No matter how many times he cheated on me, he always ended up back in my bed. No matter how many times we fought, he always came back and said, I loved you with flowers. Like he always made me feel chosen at the end of the day, no matter how fucking toxic it was. He always came back and he always chose me. He gave me a sense of family. I can't even say that with a straight face. I wanted my kids to have a family that wasn't broken. So I had this sense of if I stay with him, my kids will have a complete family. So that's what I was searching for. I left him, was I wanted that sense of a complete family. I wanted that sense of being chosen. I wanted that validation that my kids could have a whole family. I wanted that validation that somebody would choose me. And that's what I was grieving. I wasn't grieving losing him. I was grieving losing those things. And so when I went inside myself and said, you know what? Yes, I loved him. Yes, the feelings that I had for him were very real and very strong, which is why I put up with the toxic bullshit for so long. But I can choose myself. I can give myself validation. I can give myself flowers. I can give myself jewelry. I can tell myself that I'm choosing myself over and over again. I can give myself everything that he couldn't give me and more, and everything that he was giving me, which was the bare minimum. I can give my kids a happy family just as one person. I can give my kids a happy household just as a single mom. I don't need him to give me that. They can have two separate happy parents who don't live together. They don't need us to be together to have a happy upbringing. And when I went inside myself and realized that and started affirming for that and saying those things to myself, that was when the change started on the outside. And that's when I detached from him. That's when I realized I'm not chasing him. I don't want him. I'm missing the little crumbs and the little things that he was giving to me. And now for you guys watching this, maybe the person that you were with gave you more than that. Maybe they gave you all these great things and maybe they loved you with their whole heart. But for whatever reason, the relationship ended. So you have to figure out what they were giving you. Because at the end of the day, it's never about the person. It's about what they're giving you that you're not currently giving yourself. So what I want you guys to do is write down or even voice record. Some people like to talk it out rather than writing all the things that this person made you feel, and then go back and read it or listen to it again and try to break it down into, were they giving me validation? Were they giving me security? Were they choosing me? Were they making me feel seen for the first time in my life? See what it breaks down to. And then I want you to affirm, visualize, script, mirror work, whatever your manifestation technique of choice is. I want you to do that for yourself. So if they are making you feel chosen, then I want you to affirm, I'm always chosen. I'm always the first choice. I choose myself every single day. Everybody else chooses me. I am the number one priority in my life. Just repeat that. And then you'll be able to detach from that person because you love them, and that's fine. But in order to detach from them, you have to give yourself whatever it was that they were giving to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.